So now you're going to fold that in half. Make sure everything's perfectly lined up. And then we're going to top stitch across here at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. And do not back stitch. Pull your thread out so it's long. And just back stitch, or just top stitch. It's gonna be so cute. And pull your threads off, or pull your threads out, tie them off, and burn. So now you will want to grab your interior piece. Mine is a green. It'll look like this. This part will be, this top part will be on more on the right hand side, left hand side when you look at it. This top part will be more on your left hand side when you're looking at it, the interior piece. There should be a mark here. This is where you're going to place the pocket that you just made. If not, you are going to measure up from the bottom 4 inches and 1/8, 4 1/8 inches. And you're going to place that on there. Evenly. I'm going to try and do it without tape. Let's hope it works. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Let me get some tape. Place that on that line. Okay, and I'm going to take this bottom, place it on there, match up the edges. Nope. Get down just a hair. There we go. I'm going to sew just on the bottom. So I'm going to sew from here on this curve, crossed, and up on the curve. No back stitching. Pull these out far enough so we can tie it off. Once again, at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Needle down, pivot, needle down, pivot. Okay. Pull that off long enough. Pull the strings out, tie it off, and burn it. And it should look like this. Now we're going to do the part with the card slots. And if you didn't get your clear plastic ID piece, you'll want to cut a piece 2.5 inches this way, 3.5 inches this way. You'll want to put double-sided tape at the bottom and the top and place it on there evenly. Then you'll want to turn that around, or you can do this before you put it in there. You'll want to take your little round cutter thing, kind of even it out when you set it there, and then hammer it down maybe 4 or 5 times as hard as you can, and then that should pop right out of there. Then you will want to also cut a piece the same. I'm using a piece of black waterproof canvas for my backing on this. You will want to cut a piece the same, 2.5 this way, 3.5 this way, and that's going to set on here, but we're not going to put that on there right now. We'll stitch 1/8 of an inch seam allowance around the top here. Remember, no back stitching. I'm not going to burn anything from here on out. I am just going to use my fray check, because if I use my lighter on this plastic or any of that thin weed barrier fabric, it's going to melt it and I'm going to cry. So I'm going to use fray check on the ends here on out. Oh, goodness sakes. And I'm going to put my lighter over here so I don't accidentally grab it. A little bit of fray check. Okay, I shall be right back. Okay, so now we are going to stitch just above this line right here, and it's going to kind of act as a dummy line right here. Sorry. This is kind of a touch and go on where to stop, because sometimes your needle length, you don't stop right at the end, so it's kind of tricky to Oh, I think I did it. I think I did it. Make sure you cut those long enough. Yep, I did. And tie them off. It's kind of tedious doing these card slots, but it looks really nice in the end, so it's worth it. The little bit of effort that you have to put into them. And once you get the hang of it, you can do it pretty quickly. Like if you're making a lot of them for a vendor thing, you can do this part, you know, do a bunch of this part all at once and get it done with. Put your freight check on there. Then you want to take your little black piece and you want to, the right side, determine what the right side is. Oh, maybe I'm going to put some double-sided tape on there. Holy cow, Maud. I may have to stop here and clean my needle after I get this on here. Hopefully that'll be sticky enough. And then I'm going to sew around here. Not here because I need my ID card to okay, so we are going to sew here, here, and here. Try and start. Okay. So that's how that should look so far. And then we will take it over to the workstation and we will fold the stuff on here for the card slots. Okay, now we're going to work on the card slot part. So you're going to want your piece of weed backing or ribbon. You can use black ribbon, but you want something that's really thin because you don't want a lot of bulk, especially if you're working on a domestic, because this is some cork is domestic friendly, and you would want this thin stuff. That's why I chose the weed backing. So you're going to want to take 6 pieces of tape at 2 1/4 inches long, and you're going to want to put it just under each one of these lines, and then the last piece is going to go about 1/2 inch down from the top. Okay? Don't pull them off. You're going to pull them off one at a time as you build this. So the first one, you're going to want to pull this off. You're going to want to put your backing like this. Make sure it's going up. And you're going to place it on there, right like that. And you're going to stitch. Turn it over. Okay, you're going to want to stitch right here. All right. Pull that out far enough because you're going to want to tie those off. And braid check. Okay. Okay, now you're going to want to measure about 1 3/8 to 1.5 inches up from the bottom. And then you're going to take this and you're going to fold it down. And then you are going to put this here and fold it up. And I pull that out, fold it down, take the next piece of tape off, stick it down, make sure you keep everything straight, stick it down, and then pull it back and fold it down. Just to make a line, put it back up, and you're gonna stitch right across this line. And like I said, this is where it gets tricky on where to stop and start your stitches. measure up. Oops, wrong thing. Okay, on your second fold, you're going to make it a 1/2 inch. You're going to use this fold here, this fold mark, and you're going to go 1/2 inch to 3/8 inch up from there. I know when I do 1/2 inch, sometimes it just doesn't set right. That's why I say 3 or 3/8. It just seems to sit, the card seems to sit down in there too low for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Put that there. Whoop, nope, 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 nope. Fold this down. Keep it all even and straight. Put your ruler right at that place where you marked. Fold it up. Pull it out. Crease it. Take the tape off the next piece. Fold it down onto that piece. Press it. And then stitch across there. Okay, now before we go any farther, let's go get a couple of credit cards and see if we got the right measurements. I will be back. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that's kind of snug. So that one's there. That one's there. Okay, those are good. Those are good. cut it off even, and that will get, we'll catch that in there when we finish off the wallet end. Well, let's see, I want to do this. There. And we'll catch that when we finish off the wallet end. Okay, so that part's done. So this one card is really snug in here. And I think my driver's license is going to be really snug in there. But I guess maybe I want my driver's license snug in there, don't I? I would maybe take this. This is 1/8 of an inch. I would maybe take the sides at 1/4. Or just a scant hair longer than 1/8 of an inch, because that's really tight. But all these others are really nice. Yeah. So that is the card slot part. And we are going to want to fold this over. So now we fold this over like this, and we're going to stitch across here at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. No back stitching. Open this up and make sure you didn't get your card slots caught in there. Nope, we didn't.